along the Merrimack River, we asked a group of individuals one common question: are you concerned with the housing in Lowell? These were their responses.
I've lived in Lowell all my life, and I think that Lowell housing should be improved. It should always be improved.
So obviously with homes in Lowell, because they're so old, there's mold and there's lead paint and whatnot. As far as what you can do about it, if you're a homeowner, you just have to keep up on it. Is there anything that the city can do or the state could do beyond tax incentives to clean it up? I really don't think so.
I do think that the housing in Lowell needs to be improved. I think that there's a lot of concerns about mold and stuff.
It really started causing problems with the kids. We had to take them to the doctors, and the landlord had already been sued prior for mold and didn't tell us when we were moving in that there was any problems with the apartment. The other problem is there's not many places out there that people can go. Like, people have been waiting for apartments forever, say on Section 8, and they've been waiting 5 years and still don't have apartments.
There are many at the Center for Family, Work and Community that are trying to address these issues. Director Linda Silka explains the need for healthy homes, especially in New England.
First, one of the things that's really interesting about New England, if you think about it, is how much time we spend inside.
A great concern for Silka is the condition of the older homes in Lowell.
They were built with things like lead paint, they're really enclosed, and we're in kind of a wet climate, so they can be sort of moldy. All of those things have to do with healthy homes. And we have funding from U.S. Housing and Urban Development to look at these issues of healthy homes, and they become especially important here in a place like Lowell because we're so diverse.
David Turcott, project manager at the center located in Wanalancet Mills, explains the need for more programs throughout the city.
Looking to see what kinds of programs and incentives could be developed in the city that would be offered by the city of Lowell to encourage people involved in building as well as homeowners to do greener and more sustainable construction and remodeling and redevelopment.
Another thing that I'm also concerned about would be the chemicals. We use a lot of chemicals for cleaning, and I'm not sure that they're always the safest.
I do think that there is a housing problem in Lowell. Some people don't take care of their houses as well as they should. Some people have toxins in their houses. Overall, I think that people should do something about the problem.
When people get the knowledge and they have that knowledge, that is better for them. Then they can actually maybe go to their landlord or know more when they go to buy or rent, or are better able to do their own home to make some things are simple and some things are not, but they're better able to be awareness. Creating that awareness in people is their best defense.
But I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world
Every child in a bad situation must be given a better choice, because when it comes to our children, failure is simply not an option. I refuse to leave any child behind in America.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. To seal the government's commitment that all United States children should receive a high-quality education, the No Child Left Behind Act was passed in 2002. The Act promised to establish higher standards and greater accountability throughout the nation's school systems. Now, 4 years later, with a greater minority dropout rate and less than 12% of eligible students receiving tutoring, skeptics are saying that the No Child Left Behind Act is ineffective. But what about here in Lowell? The Lowell Public School System educates 16,000 students in 28 different public school sites. The No Child Left Behind Act contains a wealth of information, the document itself being over 2 inches thick.
And just the paperwork trail. It's an enormous amount of paperwork that must be documented. Everything from test scores, there are all different types of assessments that are done throughout the year on students.
It's difficult to imagine managing and keeping track of all this information. One way of staying organized are the MCAS, which measures the students, and the school report cards, which measures the schools. Paul Francona, a teacher at Lowell High School, says,
I mean, they are very careful about things like the report cards for the school system that was recently distributed. With the envelopes and the explanations and, the ratings of the teachers and statistics involving the school.
Both the MCAS and school report card information is updated each year and is available both online and at the superintendent office downtown. There is an additional benefit for Lowell residents.
Lowell is a school district of choice. We have a central enrollment office, and the city is broken into zones. And you can pick any school within your zone, and you pick your top 3 choices. For an example, if you choose a school and your child attends that school and they do not meet the requirements of No Child Left Behind, you now have an additional option of transferring your student out of that school to any school enrolled that does meet the requirements.
To further assist the process, every school has an assigned parent center or parent place. There are numerous booklets and fact sheets available in several different languages. Title I also makes provision for a parent-teacher liaison, which is a contact person between school and home, available for conference during school hours. Parent-teacher liaison Cindy McAndrews at the Bartlett Community Partnership School has a huge center with lots of materials, but very few visitors. She says that the resources and tutoring opportunities are available.
I'm very fortunate here. I have a huge parent center. This room is fabulous. And this is the parents' room. They can come here for anything. This is where we hold our meetings. This is where we'll have workshops. And I leave a display out of all of the resources that are available. Booklets explaining in further detail the different components of No Child Left Behind, as well as the various federal title acts that provide assistance to Lowell. This year, the district has moved to a new form of translation. Rather than a stamp that we used to say, this is an important notice, please have it translated. We now use verbal translations through our Parent Information Center. And there's a stamp that goes on the bottom, and parents can call downtown and they can receive a verbal translation in Khmer, Spanish, or Portuguese.
The No Child Left Behind Act has empowered parents, but there remains a need for action.
And everybody needs a little pressure to work in that direction.
On an academic level for parent involvement, I would have to say I probably have not seen an increase. I'm not quite sure if it's because they don't want to or they're just not able to.
The No Child Left Behind Act is not perfect, and it remains a work in progress. But for all the information and resources available, it takes the parents' interest and involvement to ensure that their child isn't left behind.